evening, everyone. Okay, so I've given much thought over the last couple of days of what to do with my speech on, because it's on yourself, it's an icebreaker. So I thought I'd revert to what I do most of my time during the week, 9 to 5. So to begin with, I'll give you a short description of the role I've chosen, a quantity surveyor, the projects I've been involved with, and the following this I'll speak about the construction industry moving forwards. So basically there are different types of quantity surveyors depending on which part of the industry you operate in, but I myself work for a consultancy, so we are engaged by the client to manage costs of either building or civil engineering projects. So for instance, I might be involved with the feasibility stages of the project, going through to evaluating the work of main contractors on site, which can always be experienced. But the various different types of clients we can work with is private developers, local authorities, retailers, banks, etc., whoever wants to build a building pretty much. So example of a project I've worked on is one which you may have seen in the media. It's called Chelsea Barracks. So this is the, as it says in the name, it's a site which used to be Army Barracks, and it's been converted into lavish apartments, penthouses, townhouses, which I'll never be able to afford, but nice to look at. And yeah, basically the client's aim for the development is for it to be comparable to one Hyde Park, so it's very high spec. The team has been involved since the early stages, so that's with the client called Guitaria. Another project I've been involved with is one called the Earls Court Master Plan. So this is development of the Earls Court project area it's a massive area, it's into 4 new urban villages in the High Street. And again, the team has been involved since early stages. And one which I've been recently involved with is 1 to 3 Grosvenor Square. This is an interesting one because it used to be what previously to about a month ago was the Canadian consulate, and it's opposite the previous American embassy. But we went around the site a couple of weeks ago, and it was interesting to see the ground floor because they've actually got a build-up of the White House, the Oval Room inside. So it's interesting to see what the inside the Oval Room the President's house can look like. So those are just 3 different types of projects which I've been working on, and I feel they're an example of the industry growing. Last year it was called that the best year for British builders since 1997, and this is due part to the booming property market in the UK. This is a great recovery, as many have argued that it was the hardest hit industry in the UK. It can be forgiven that you may have missed the 5 years downturn, especially looking at the London development skyline, with different skyscrapers shooting up, such as the Shards, the Walkie Talkie, the Cheese Grater, which other names they can come up with. And yeah, so moving forwards, trying to continue this growth from this previous year to next year, years and years to come, I think it's something very important, especially for the government, to what approach they have to different aspects, such as the devolution of powers to local authorities, as this could kickstart construction across all different regions of the country, not just regions like London. Also, whether or not staying within the EU is a sore subject, but it can't be overseen that it does account for about 5% of GDP. Policies and funding for infrastructure, including housing. So it'd be interesting to see the government's approach to this, the new government going forward, whether they'll try and build on Help to Buy and so on. And also the final one is trying to get young people into the industry and the next generation. As the industry has been criticised, especially over the last year, that they haven't been able to meet the potential growth going forwards due to the lack of people within the industry. So I think it's especially important to try and get young people such as apprentices into a lot of different countries across the sector with different roles. But I hope this has given you a good insight of what I do most of my time. I wish it was less, but it's what it is. And the construction industry going forwards. Thank you very much.